Hey everyone! Welcome back to another emotional roller coaster of Reddit stories. Today's tale isn't just drama, it's betrayal, heartbreak, and a touch of magic all rolled into one. Imagine giving 7 years of your heart to someone, only to have it shattered by the one person you trusted the most, your own sister. But this story doesn't stop at pain. It dives deep into self-discovery, healing, and even a mystical twist that changes everything. Grab a drink, get comfy, and prepare yourself. Because this is the story of how my spoiled sister destroyed my 7-year-long relationship with my boyfriend, and how I found magic on the other side. Mia, please, just listen to me. His voice cracked through the closed door, filled with desperation. But my heart was already too numb to respond. The glossy surface of our apartment's wooden door felt ice cold against my cheek as I leaned my forehead against it, tears slipping silently down my face. 7 years. 7 beautiful, challenging, transformative years, all reduced to rubble, and at the center of this chaos was her, my sister, Ava. Beautiful, vibrant, and terribly spoiled Ava. I shut my eyes, hoping that when I opened them again, reality would warp back to yesterday morning, before the truth crashed into me, before I learned just how deep betrayal could cut. Mia, please open the door, Ethan pleaded again, but his voice now sounded distant, fading, as I sank to the floor, gripping my knees tightly. My mind replayed yesterday's revelation, a scene permanently etched into my memory. I had walked into our cozy downtown cafe, excited to surprise Ethan on his lunch break. Instead, I found Ava, her perfectly manicured fingers intertwined with his across the small wooden table. His familiar laugh, a sound I had cherished for nearly a decade, floated across the bustling coffee shop, mingling intimately with hers. I froze, unable to breathe, heart hammering painfully. Their eyes lifted simultaneously, expressions shifting from carefree joy to utter horror. Ava had the audacity to look guilty, eyes widening with feigned innocence. Ethan sprang up, knocking his chair over, desperation flooding his face. Mia, it's not what you think, he'd begun, voice shaking. Isn't it? I'd whispered, voice trembling even as anger simmered underneath. Because it looks exactly like it. I turned and fled, each step driving the pain deeper into my heart. 3 days earlier, Ava had promised me she'd changed. She sat at our mother's elegant dining table, her blonde hair cascading down her shoulders like spun gold, eyes wide with sincerity. I promise, Mia. I've matured, she'd said softly, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. I'm sorry for everything. I'll be better. I had wanted to believe her, desperately. Ava had always been selfish, manipulative even, but underneath it all, she was still my sister. Family loyalty ran deep, and I craved the bond we'd lost over the years. But Ava's promises were always transient, beautiful, but fleeting. Our mother watched silently, her eyes wary. She'd spent a lifetime cleaning up Ava's messes, smoothing over her reckless decisions with money, charm, and influence. Ava was a hurricane, leaving destruction behind her wherever she danced. Please, Mia, Ava begged, clutching my hand tightly. Give me another chance. I nodded hesitantly, hoping my gut instinct was wrong for once, but my gut never lied. The night after the revelation, sleep evaded me completely. I lay awake, haunted by thoughts of Ethan's betrayal and Ava's treachery. The ache of loneliness pressed down on me, suffocating and relentless. In my exhaustion, I wandered to the old antique shop down the street. A whimsical, mysterious place I'd always passed, but never entered. Its dim lights beckoned me tonight, promising distraction from my heartbreak. The bell jingled softly as I stepped inside, the scent of lavender and sandalwood washing over me. Shelves stacked high with strange artifacts, shimmering crystals, and dusty books lined the walls. Welcome, Mia, came a smooth, velvety voice from behind the counter. Startled, I turned sharply. An older woman stood there, silver hair cascading like moonlit silk over her shoulders, her blue eyes piercing yet comforting. How do you know my name? I asked, bewildered. I've been waiting for you, she said cryptically, gesturing me closer. Your pain has drawn you here, and only here will you find your redemption. She reached beneath the counter and produced a glittering crystal pendant, deep emerald set in silver, glowing faintly with an inner light. My breath caught. What is it? I whispered, drawn inexplicably to its beauty. A chance, she murmured, placing it gently in my palm. A chance to reclaim what you've lost, to rewrite your story. But be warned, magic always comes at a price. Her words echoed ominously, but my fingers closed around the pendant instinctively. I was already paying a price, wasn't I? I'll take it, I said firmly, my voice stronger than I felt. Whatever the cost. She smiled softly, her eyes wise and knowing. Then let your journey begin. The bell chimed again as I stepped out into the cold night air, gripping the pendant tightly. My heart thumped with excitement and fear. Magic, redemption, hope. I was ready for whatever came next. When I opened my eyes, my breath caught sharply. No longer was I standing in my familiar apartment. Instead, I found myself in a mesmerizing twilight realm, unlike anything I'd ever imagined. The sky stretched infinitely above, awash with hues of purple and indigo. Stars twinkling brightly, as if close enough to touch. Tall trees towered around me, their leaves shimmering like polished silver, whispering secrets with every rustle. Beneath my feet, a path of glowing stones wound through the mystical landscape, pulsing gently as though guiding me forward. Each step I took sent a thrill up my spine, the very air around me infused with a magical, exhilarating energy. I've been waiting for you, a velvety voice murmured from the shadows. Startled, I spun around, heart pounding rapidly. Emerging gracefully from between two massive ancient trees was the most captivating figure I'd ever seen. His presence was magnetic, cloaked in mystery. Dark, flowing hair framed a strikingly handsome face, and his eyes, intense and piercingly violet, held an irresistible depth. Who are you? I asked breathlessly, drawn to him despite myself. I am Kalen, he replied, stepping closer. The air between us crackled softly with an electric, intoxicating energy. Guardian of the Veil. The Veil? I echoed, curiosity mingling with awe. A place between realities, he explained softly. A realm shaped by thoughts, dreams, and emotions. Here, anything is possible. Your desires and fears become tangible, influencing the very fabric of this world. My gaze drifted over the surreal landscape, wonder overtaking the lingering ache in my heart. And why am I here? Kalen's eyes softened, filled with understanding and compassion. Because your heart called out, Mia. Your pain and yearning brought you here. The veil can show you truths hidden beneath layers of doubt, but beware. It also reveals the shadows lurking within. I'm not afraid, I said firmly, feeling strangely empowered by his presence and the enigmatic magic of this place. A slow, mesmerizing smile curved Kalen's lips. Then, follow me. Let me show you what lies within, and perhaps, together, we can uncover the destiny awaiting you. He extended his hand invitingly. Without hesitation, I reached out and took it, a warmth spreading through me as our fingers intertwined. Together, we stepped forward, embarking on an extraordinary journey deeper into the enchanting heart of the Veil. Kalen led me deeper into the twilight realm, his touch electric against my skin. Each step echoed with an unspoken promise, pulling me further into the allure of this mystical world. We reached a clearing where silver mist swirled gently around ancient stone ruins, glowing faintly under the starlight. The Veil holds many secrets, Kalen explained softly. Here, realities intertwine. Your desires and fears shape what you see. Can it undo what's been done? I whispered, desperation coloring my voice. He hesitated, eyes darkening with seriousness. Only you can rewrite your story. But to do so, you must confront your deepest truths and darkest fears. The pendant around my neck pulsed warmly, drawing my gaze. The emerald glowed brighter, reflecting the turmoil within my heart. "Show me," I breathed, lifting my eyes back to Kalen. Determination surged through me. Kalen reached out, gently placing his fingertips on my temples. Instantly, visions flooded my mind. Moments from my past, moments hidden, buried beneath layers of denial. I saw Ava not as she portrayed herself, but as she truly was, wounded, insecure, and deeply jealous of the life I'd built. Her actions, though unforgivable, stemmed from a place of desperation. Ethan appeared next, his emotions laid bare, conflicted, manipulated, yet still filled with genuine love and regret. My heart ached fiercely. "The truth often hurts," Kalen murmured, pulling back slowly, eyes compassionate. "But clarity offers a path forward." "What must I do?" I asked shakily. "Face them," he replied softly. "Face your sister, your love, and yourself. Only then can you reclaim your destiny." I stood before Ava, the cafe scene replaying between us. Her perfect facade cracked, vulnerability spilling through. "Mia, I never meant—" "Stop," I interrupted firmly. "No more lies. Show me who you truly are." Tears streamed down Ava's face. "I'm so sorry," she whispered brokenly. "I never felt enough, Mia. You had everything: love, stability, happiness. I was desperate." I reached for her hand, compassion mingling with my anger. "Your actions don't define you, Ava. Choose differently." Next, Ethan appeared, his eyes filled with sorrow. "Mia, please forgive me. Ava manipulated me, but I let it happen." "Why?" I demanded. "Because I was scared," he confessed, voice trembling. "Scared you'd realize you deserved better." My heart twisted painfully. Love isn't built on fear. He nodded, understanding dawning in his gaze. "I'm so sorry." "Forgiveness takes time," I admitted gently, "but honesty is a start." Finally, Kalen reappeared, his expression tender and knowing. "You've begun rewriting your story." "What happens next?" I asked, heart pounding. He smiled mysteriously. "Your choices will shape your destiny. Remember, Mia, true magic resides within your heart." I closed my eyes, feeling a newfound strength. My journey had only just begun. Kalen guided me to a luminous archway, its silvery glow pulsating gently. "Beyond this point, your decisions become irrevocable," he said solemnly. "You must choose your future." My heart raced as I stepped through the arch, finding myself standing in the original cafe, the scene reset. Ethan and Ava sat across from each other, unaware of my presence. The emerald pendant pulsed fiercely, warming my chest. Kalen stood by my side, his presence comforting and powerful. "Change begins here," Kalen whispered. Taking a deep breath, I approached them confidently. "Ava, Ethan." They both turned, startled. This time I saw them clearly. Two flawed souls tangled in confusion and pain. But unlike before, I felt in control. "I'm setting you both free," I announced calmly. "Ava, it's time you found your own happiness, free from envy. Ethan, learn to love without fear." Ava's eyes widened, shimmering with realization and genuine remorse. Ethan looked down, relief mingling with sadness. I turned to Kalen, who watched proudly, his violet eyes warm. "Thank you," I whispered, feeling a newfound freedom. Kalen stepped forward, gently cupping my face. "Remember, Mia, your true power lies in embracing your own worth." Suddenly, the world around us shimmered, dissolving into a cascade of stars. I awoke in my apartment, sunlight filtering softly through the window. My heart felt lighter, stronger. I glanced down. The emerald pendant lay on my bedside table, still radiating a gentle glow. My phone buzzed with a message from Ava. "I'm truly sorry, Mia. Can we start fresh?" Another from Ethan. "I understand now. You deserve so much better." Warmth filled me. I replied kindly, knowing forgiveness didn't mean forgetting, but it paved the way forward. As I stood preparing to embrace the new day, there was a soft knock at the door. My pulse quickened. Opening it, my heart soared. Kaylin stood before me, now in my world, looking impossibly real. How? I breathed, stepping closer. Magic has its ways, he said gently, eyes sparkling. If you'll have me, I'd love to explore this world, and life, with you. Joy filled my soul as I took his hand. Together we stepped out into a world filled with endless possibilities, ready to write our own enchanted story.